Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing another plan with me for the week of the 6th to the 12th of December, and I'm using Cozy Christmas from SPC. I had originally planned to do like a Christmas market kit or something, but we decided to go to the Christmas market on the week of Christmas, so the holiday market. I still wanted to use my gingerbread art for that week, so I just went through all the Christmas kits that I had and I chose this one, something a bit different. I really liked the grey in this, and I decided to pair it with silver confetti bundle from SPC, as well as some silver stuff from, I think all of it's from Sadie Stickers. I'm about to show you. Oh no, that's from Scribble Watercolor Co, the little trees. And then I decided to put in a little reindeer from Sadie Stickers. And then some. There's Heidi. And this little Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas from Simply Watercolor Co, I believe, as well. And some. I found these like snowflake dotted overlays from it. Sadie Stickers, and I thought they'd be perfect for the outdoor scene. I just love the way it looks like falling snow over the whole box. But yeah, I decided just to do something a bit different. I know I had like lots of other sets, like bright and colorful ones, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling those this year, so I brought out this one, and I'm happy I did. I think it turned out really nice. And so let me just, I am wearing my PlayStation Christmas jumper here that Lot got for me in the UK. If you want a Christmas jumper, I would say go to the UK. Especially like cheaper ones, because Primark has a ton for cheaper. And who doesn't love a Christmas jumper? Which reminds me, I need to break out my Home Alone one, which says, you know, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal on it. Also from Primark, but yeah. So I decided I wanted to have more grey than this sort of gold tan color, because all the other Christmas kits had a lot of like gold and tans and stuff. So I decided to do double grey instead of the gold. And now just working out where to put my full boxes. That's the scene I told you about. We're going to put the snowflake overlays on. I don't know what I'm saying. And this kit actually had like tons of boxes, so I had to like pick and choose what I'd actually use, especially with using a toolbox in the sidebar, because that means I have one less box I can put in there, because I usually put 3 boxes in the sidebar. But a toolbox takes up 2. So I'm just starting from the bottom, that way I can line up my sidebar perfectly without having to trim anything on the bottom, which is nice. So just putting in my 3-heart checklist, my habit tracker as per usual, and I set a box I could put this really cute quote over the top, which we will do in time. I just like the way it looked, like the vintage look of that quote box, like really went with the set, and it suits it, I think. So we have that, and then we're going to put all the reindeer on, but I'm going to bring in some of the other fancy headers, because Sadie Stickers only comes with 8 headers on the one sheet, so I can put one in the sidebar and still have them all throughout the spread, but I need to bring in others. And then here's those snowflake overlays, which I just think looks so good on a scene like that. And then just going in with more of the confetti bundle. So here I am cutting up another box for the toolbox, and once again Andrea is scoffing at me. And that's okay. And yeah, putting the full boxes down. Huzzah! I just thought this art was really cute, and I'm glad I got to pull it in this year. I did pick my December kits by myself this year. I don't know. I was sort of like trying, like I just didn't feel like doing it on the camera. I just Christmas was hard this year to work out, but that's okay, because I think in the end it all came out really well. And plenty of deco up the top. I'm actually considering not using date covers next year, but I might still like white out and put in date dots. We will see. Sometimes I just feel like it looks too empty without the date covers at the top, because I feel like it levels out the bottom washi in the bottom, because then you have like just big strips of stuff at the bottom, but then like nothing at the top except deco. I don't know. That's why I like to put date covers and deco, because I feel like it balances out the fullness of the bottom. But I don't know. Maybe I don't need them next year. I say that to myself, but then I'm like, oh, but I'll probably use them for this kit and that kit. I'm like, well, then I might as well just use date covers. But this is the stuff you have to think about. When the new year comes, and like when you're starting a new planner, you're like, what do I want to do? I like to try and be consistent across the year, but you know. So this week, this is probably the first week I was much better. I still have a little bit of a cough and a bit of postnasal drip, which I just learned that's what it is. I've never said that word in my life, but that's what it is apparently. So it's still a little bit blah, but it's just gonna stick around for a while, I think. But I was feeling better, so I decided to I went out a couple of times. On one of the, you'll see the day that I go out. I had to go to the chemist to refill a prescription, and another day I had to pick up some mail. But first, Monday, it was Independence Day here in Finland. They marked their 104th year of being country. So I put that in there with, it's a holiday script from Rose Colored Daze, because she did a Nordic holidays sheet, which is cool. And as I said in my monthly, if only like a lot of holiday sheets call it, for America, they call it 4th of July instead of Independence Day. Because otherwise I could use those sheets, but I can't. Because it's an Independence Day, you know. But I just marked that with a bit of deco. And then we're getting to that normal stuff. Got the usual Coffee Monday. Which, I don't know, maybe that is superfluous. But I just really enjoy putting it in every Monday. You know, I have really cute label stickers for it, and lots of cute coffee stickers, so I keep it up even though I have a coffee every single morning, like, to function. I need the caffeine, but yeah, I don't know. So I feel like maybe it's silly, but it's just one of those things I always put in, like payday on Tuesdays. I can't remember. Obviously, it's been a while since it's now the 15th of December, so it's a few days after the week has ended, and I have no idea what's happening on these days. So we're going to go in it together. Oh, well, I did some voiceovers for some videos for PLANMAS, you know, lots of stuff to do. And then, what food did we get? Was this Lopez? Move your hand, Jess. Oh, it's Fafas. Okay, I used a taco sticker for Fafas, even though Fafas is a falafel like pita, but I don't have any like falafel stickers, so a taco it is. It's pretty similar to what it actually is. And then we watched, I used these same TVs from Papershire to mark Jingle Jam, and what we watched from Jingle Jam by Yogscast, which is a charity stream that goes for 2 weeks. So this day we're catching up on the Civ 6, Civilization 6 game that they played the night before, I think it was. We were just finishing it up because it did go for a few hours. And then I put on my new Dashing Diva nails to go with these sets, like the red ones. Did those voiceovers, as I said. And then that night I baked shortbread. Luck went to the grocery store and picked up some butter, and I should say like Finnish butter is really delicious, like better than Australian butter in my opinion. and in Locke's opinion. So we made shortbread, which was super duper easy, and it turned out so yum. We ate that all week long, just like a piece a day kind of thing, and it was so good. Like, I'm usually fine with just buying Walker's shortbread, but it was really fun to make it myself and turned out delicious. Then Tuesday, of course, we have payday, and then we got burritos from Tortilla House. And then because I don't wrap gifts or anything, we don't give each other gifts like that. And of course, I don't know anyone else, all my family and friends, like in another country, so I don't wrap gifts. Maybe next year I'll be able to wrap and mail some stuff. But mail is still a bit dodgy here, as we all expect. But so I wanted to use like one of these Christmas stickers. So I used the wrapping paper one to mark cleaning up the flat, because we had a bit to clean, and it does feel like that when you're cleaning. And I did it before and after the coffee table that day, I believe, that I cleaned up. And that night we made sausages and mash. So I just used that like sausages sticker from the British Foods sheet from Hazel sticker, which I love. Oh, and this day was Wheel Boy on Oxcast. It's a silly meme. And I played some Animal Crossing using Ice Cream Joe foiled Animal Crossing label. And then that night I went down a wiki hole until 4 a.m. I know, terrible. Like from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. I was just reading about I think it's pronounced Qing Dynasty, Qing Dynasty in China. I just got wrapped up in the different emperors and empresses, especially Empress. It's like Cixi or Cixi, and she kind of like oversaw a bunch of emperors, and she was a really interesting figure. So I read a lot about her, and then I got stuck into like Chinese palace eunuchs, and then I don't know, it just went nuts. This is what happens. Like, I get really stuck into history wikis, and obviously you take everything you get off wiki with a grain of salt. Like, you look at because anyone can edit them obviously, but unless they get logged. But they're a good like starting point, I think, especially because they have references usually that you can actually go to. But yeah, so I spent the night on Wikipedia reading about Chinese history, which I didn't get to do a lot. I did a history degree, but at my uni, most history we learnt was like British based or European based. There's some Australian, obviously, and then like 2 American history courses, but no Asian, because although there's an Asian studies major or minor in my school, at my uni, that's more to go with learning one of the Asian languages that they teach. So I never really got to do Asian history, so that was really interesting. Then Wednesday we got, the restaurant's called Ramen, but they actually sell udon noodles. It was delicious. And I was having my period at this time because while I was sick, my prescription for my birth control ran out, which is why I had to go and get a refill. But yeah, I was too sick to like go and get a new one, so of course I had to have my withdrawal period, which I usually skip, honestly. And then I scrubbed the shower. We tried pizza from this place called Chibo, which is kind of funny if you're Australian, because there's like a chain of restaurants called Chibo, or cafes called Chibo in Australia. And it was just funny to see another restaurant called Chibo. Obviously it's an Italian word and thing, but coming from Australia. And pizza wasn't bad. We got pizza and we wanted tiramisu again. And it was okay tiramisu. It was very mascarpone, but not quite. There wasn't a lot of coffee in it. But I was really happy with myself that I scrubbed this shower this day. It gets all that gunk build up. So I did a good scrub, and now you can actually see through it again, which is nice. And then on Thursday that morning, I called my dad, and we actually talked for 2 hours that day. So that was really great. And then Heidi had dried poop all up in her butt fur because she has very long butt fur. So we had to trim her butt. I'm just putting all the hiding news in here. But we just have a pair of hair cutting scissors that we keep for her. And we just trimmed all it off. And then she gets really upset though, even though I'm like, she has such long fur that you never really get near her skin, but she just screams the whole time. She's like, how dare you? Anyway, it's grown out a bit now, so it's not as bad as it was, but she needed help to clean, right? And then I went out that afternoon to go to the chemist, and I went to the supermarket, and I actually filmed it for a vlog, which should hopefully go up on the 23rd. I want to add a bit more to it, but there's a bunch of like the Christmas lights up in Helsinki, so I hope you will enjoy that vlog in a couple of days. So yeah, I got that prescription, and I love the chemists here in Finland. They're so futuristic because they do everything on the computer, and as you're sitting there, they put in the computer, and then they just get up, and there's like a tube behind them. And your medication's like instantly in the tube, and it's come from underground, which is just so futuristic to me. In Australia, it's still very much like you hand in your little paper script and then you stand around the store while they fuss about in their shelves. But this was all super futuristic. It was cool. Everything was like all automated in tubes. But so I got that, and then I went to the supermarket, obviously. And then I was a bit cold. It was -4, so I was tired from being out and about in town for an hour. So we got Maggie's for dinner, and we did some more cleaning, and then I did a villager hunt that night because Stitches on my Animal Crossing island asked to move out, and I was like, alright. I'm not like, I love Stitches, but I also have Judy the little bear, so I thought I could have another animal. I don't mind mixing them up every now and then, and I found one of the new 2.0 villagers, Azalea, the little rhinoceros with like a flower for a horn. I found her on, I think, the 20th ticket or something, so she's on my island now, which is very cute. I think she was like one of my first villagers on my Paradise Island, so I don't know. I haven't gone and interacted with her on there yet because now she's a villager on my actual island. I don't know. It's funny. But yeah, that was fun. I'm still slowly working my island. It's kind of like mostly done for the holidays. So yeah, it's fun. I'm still enjoying it, but can't game 100% all the time. That's what I think. I need to get back into Pokemon Snap as well because I haven't gone through the whole of that yet. Look at me trying to do my sticker maths. Trying to stick everything in. I make sure it's all on the right side. So, so one of the things that I was cleaning for was that our dryer was finally being installed. As you know, it got delivered a couple of weeks ago, like in the Plant with Me's, and but so it was sitting around for like 2 weeks now in our bathroom, just sitting there because they couldn't install it by putting it on top of the washer because we needed another part that we weren't told that we needed. So we had to get custom service, and they were like completely busy for like a week after Black Friday. So we finally got under customer service. They booked us for that Friday, and we had to buy these brackets so they could put the washer and dryer together. And luckily the brackets came before Friday, so they showed up and installed the dryer. So finally everything's done in the bathroom. But I wanted to tidy it up a bit before they came in, obviously. And then we got baked goods from Victoria Bakery, which is like a Spanish bakery. So I had empanadas, and we got custard tarts, and we tried their tiramisu too, actually, which wasn't bad. And then obviously we did laundry. We washed like all the bedding, all the towels, everything we wanted to put in the dryer we washed, and it was great. And then we got Far from a place called Be My Guest, which was good. And we watched the season finale of Invasion the day before it got renewed for a second season, which I'm so excited about. But the finale was really good. If you're interested in like slow burn, alien invasion, slightly horror, worldwide stuff, I still recommend Invasion. It is so good. And then also that night was the Jingle Jam Poker Night, where they do a big like poker tournament for charity, which was always fun to watch. So we watched the poker night. And then I just popped in at the bottom there that it was 20 years since the Fellowship of the Ring premiered. That day was like 20 years since it premiered in London, like the first time. So I had to put that in because, you know, it's like a huge deal. I love Fellowship of the Ring. I love the Lord of the Rings movies and everything. So I wanted to pop that in just for a little recognition for that. And I've said it before, but if you didn't know, I saw Fellowship of the Ring when it came to cinemas. I think I saw it on the first day it came out. And then I saw it 11 more times after that. So I saw it 12 times at the cinema. And then Luck told me on the weekend that their Fellowship of the Ring, so they saw it a billion times at the cinema like me, was The Matrix, which is hilarious. But The Matrix is really good. So sometimes you just go and see a film a lot at the cinema. But I think more so 20 years ago rather than now. It's so expensive now. I think it was a little less costly back then. But oh well. Happy memories. It was basically like, how do you see a film at the cinema 12 times in a row? Well, basically you're like, oh, I went to the dentist. Now I've had a tooth brought out. Oh, look, the cinema's across the street. Shall we go see Fellowship of the Ring again? Yeah, let's go do it. That's basically how it happened. We just happened to have free time and around the cinema, so we went and saw it. Well, which was always fun. Of course, Saturday we did more laundry. You know, you gotta do it. And as I was talking about Lux, The Matrix, because we watched The Matrix on Saturday. And I've never actually... I think I watched the second one like once back in the day, but I don't think I've ever seen the third one. So we need to catch up and watch the other two before the new one comes out, because I am excited to see the new one. My stickers are on the wrong side here. I should also say, okay, first off, this is on the 11th of December, okay, and I'm supposed to be marking at the top that it was my 3 years in Finland. I arrived on the 11th of December in 2018, so I've been officially living here for 3 years, but because it was the 11th, my brain went cuckoo, and I wrote 11 years in Finland. And I didn't recognize that until... I think it was like 2 hours after filming this and editing the video. I didn't even look at it while I was editing. But I was like I was doing something in the kitchen and I went, 11 years in Finland. Did I write that? I haven't lived here for 11 years. And I went back and looked. And yeah, look at me writing 11 years in Finland. Because it was the 11th of December. Anyway, then I went back and I put in another, like a third line, so it's like Roman numerals 3 to like fix it. But yes, it's not 11 years in Finland, gang. It is 3 years in Finland on the 11th. Anyway, it's correct on my monthly spread, so that's fine. But yes. And then, I wrote Heidi stole my muffin because Heidi's favorite food in the whole entire world is muffins. It can be blueberry muffins, chocolate muffins, any kind of muffin. She loves muffins. And she will literally smack them out of your hand. Like, you'll be holding it, about to bite into it, and she's just like, pow, with her paw, and it'll just be on the floor. But anyway, this time I was halfway through eating a muffin, and she just put a whole paw right on top of it, like over the top of the whole muffin. Like a whole paw in it. And I was like, well, so I wrote that I stole my muffin, but yes, Yeah, it's dangerous work eating a muffin here with Heidi. And then we got sushi, which is Japanese curry, so delicious. And then the new Clouds came out, the gemstone release, and I decided to get all of them. I know I don't know what I'm going through my brain, but I was like, eventually I would like to have all three of the pretty navy, forest green, and plum colors. But I saw a comment by Tiki that, like, if they sell out, will she restock? And she's like, maybe next winter. And I was like, well, but I want all three of them, and they were still in stock the next day, so I was like, screw it, I'm getting all three of them. So I am. No more Clouds. I'm done, okay? I've got all of them that I need. And then we tried out this new Chinese place to us, Xiao Mei Lin. Anyway, we got dumplings, and they were really delicious. So that was nice. And then we watched The Matrix, obviously, did laundry, as I said. And then this day, Lila Joy was born, Andrea's new baby girl. I messaged Andrea that day, like, what Clouds should I get, the navy or the green? And she replied, like, oh, I'm in labor. Anyway, you should get the navy one. And my brain completely glossed over the I'm in labor and more into, like, you should get the navy one. So then I'm talking about Clouds for ages, and then like an hour later she's like, hey, I just had a baby. And I'm like, what? You haven't? She's like, I told you I was in labor. And I'm like, what the heck? It was a whole thing. But that day Lila was born, so I had to put her in. And of course it was an adorable little stocking bunny, because Lila is a little potato bunny. So that's what the sticker I used. And then Sunday we got Espresso House, and then I went to the post office to get that package from my dad. It was a care package, and I used this Happy in the Ice bunny, even though I was not happy because I slipped on the ice, like full on. I was on the ground, and it was such a big patch, I had to slide off of it on the ground to find a place where I could stand up. And very embarrassing. A person was behind me, but they didn't do anything about it, which is nice. I don't want to be perceived, but it's a nice care package full of Australian goodies like fruit chalks and Vegemites. That was great. And then we just watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and did laundry and got Macca's because I was sad because I fell over and I cried even though I was fine. But that is a full spread. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And PLANMAS continues through to Christmas. Bye. Love you. Bye.